Well, I'll be the first to say I don't understand what's going on in here either. Not with this H in particular. Now, of course, this H has been in videos before. Basically, I do need to do a little bit more disassembly, but I've sourced, and this is unlike me, but I sourced sort of a parts tractor. It's kind of missing most of it already, but it has a rear end and some rims and stuff. And I know I need one rear rim at least, and probably could need some stuff in here. I wouldn't doubt it. Some of these gears are a little rough. So I've been kind of waiting on that. If anybody's been wondering why, other than being really busy, that I haven't messed with that. Hopefully going to do a little blasting on some of the parts within the next couple days. Anyway, that's not what I'm going on about. What I'm going on about is why is there all these other Deeres in here. Now this one you may know as the cursed 730. And there's a replica of it right there, in fact. But anyway, I always have issues with this. Got it running again for the show. Me and a buddy got it going. Well, I said this in another video or something of the nature, but me and a good friend of mine had got this back together and got it going a couple years ago. And had it at the show and then didn't run since, and then got it running again for this show after basically replacing the entire fuel system, and it runs good now. Only problem I have with the engine now is it's leaking diesel. Thinking it's one of these O-rings where the rack mounts or something like that, but it's leaking diesel down into the engine oil. I also kind of wonder if this check valve thing is, well, it probably is. That would be something if it was back feeding through there and that O-ring was leaking. I guess that would be... Yeah, and it does look empty again. So, that's awesome. I have to change the engine oil again. I may have to be addressing that sooner than later. What I might temporarily do to help is I'll put a little valve on that hose. And that way, at least, I know it could still obviously be leaking in there if I run it, but at least I could turn it off and save that. Man, that irritates me. I thought I had been real slick with turning the fuel off and everything. Anyway, I may have mentioned this the other day. I traded for this one. I don't remember if I did or not. But I traded for this one, and I traded for 2 Molines. And they're not in here at the moment, but we'll start with this one. It was suggested I get better camera angles, so let me attempt that. A little bit out of... There you go. But this is a 49A, I think. And I'll do a video on it soon. I did get it running. I had to build a magneto for it. And that was really all it took. I'm waiting to get the rest of the parts in for it. Traded some stuff to a friend. Traded an SC case for it. And he forgot to bring some of the parts, so I'm just kind of waiting to get that. I need the gas tank and stuff. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to get... I want to go ahead and flush this oil out. It's all nasty looking. Yeah. Get that cover sealed back up. I need to reseal the valve cover. A couple little things like that, and then hopefully I can get the rest of the parts soon and get it back together in one piece. It does run pretty good. I'll have to make a video on it soon. Because, I don't know, I kind of like it. I know I'm not historically the biggest Deere guy, but... I like it. I know he likes that SC that I traded, and I like this better than I like that SC because I just wouldn't do anything with it. Then finally, there's this. Now I have had this for a very long time, and I'm not going to get too up close with walking around it because I've got a little bit of something planned here. But this is, I think, actually. Is it 40? I think it's a 49B. I think it's the same year as this A. And I bought it in high school, and I bought it from the ag shop, and it was just someone's project that they had just kind of left, and I bought it and started putting it back together, but at the time didn't know a whole lot, and B, I really didn't know a whole lot I didn't know anything about two cylinders. I'm not saying I do now, but a little bit more than then. At least I know how to put one back together, at least somewhat. Basically, I just couldn't figure it out, and it was frustrating me, and I had a lot of other stuff I wanted to work on, and it ended up getting dumped out of here. It actually used to be sitting off in this corner for a long time. Not a long time, but a couple of years. Anyway, it got dumped outside. Used to be over there in the first dead row. Dead row moved several times. First it was over there. I mean, you can't see it, but there's a line of kind of pecans, and they were just in between that. And that's now where all the big medium-duty trucks are parked, and the Mack and all that stuff. But anyway, it got dumped out there, and it was covered up pretty good, and you can see what's left of the tarp there. And then it got moved to the second rendition of the dead row, which was actually out back across the bridge on the other side of the creek. And when I moved to finally the new dead row, which is over there against the fence where everything else is, I still need to do a video tour of that. But when I moved over there, this and a couple other things stayed. Just some stuff I just didn't feel like was worth moving. There's another B back there that's like a, what I call a mid B, but I think most people call it an early style. I just call it a mid B because I can. I don't remember what else is back there. 560 propane, Avery V. I don't know. There's a bunch of random stuff back there. Anyway, it never got moved back over, and we were walking around back there during the show a little bit ago, and kind of got to feeling guilty about how badly this ended up. So basically I'm going to go through it and get it back in one piece again. So I'm going to do some videos on this. If there's any relevance at all to doing that, we'll see. And I'll definitely do some videos on this. And once I get the shift problem fixed on this, I guess I didn't mention that. The shifter broke. That's why I didn't go to the show. I do need to fix that, and I need to fix wherever the diesel's dumping into the engine oil. So I guess when I get to do all those things, I will try to do some videos on that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time.